We're going to explain how to insert dates into your SQL database. This is a fundamental task, and the specific method depends slightly on your SQL dialect, like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, etc. But the core principles remain the same. We'll cover the most common approaches. 1. Using the date data type. Most SQL databases have a dedicated date data type designed for storing dates. To insert a date, you'll use an insert into statement. The date value itself needs to be enclosed in single quotes and formatted appropriately. For example, in many systems, YYMDD works well. Insert into my table, date column, values, 2024 to 10 to 27. This inserts October 27th, 2024. Remember to replace my table and date column with your table and column names. 2. Different date formats. While YYYMDD is widely supported, some databases might accept other formats such as MMDDYYI or DDMMYYI. However, it's best practice to use the standard YYMDD format for consistency and to avoid ambiguity. Check your specific database documentation to confirm the accepted date formats. Using an inconsistent format can lead to errors or unexpected results. 3. Using functions for date manipulation. You can often use built-in date functions to generate dates dynamically. For instance, you might use current date or now, depending on your system, to insert the current date. An example would be, insert into my table, date column, values, current date. This inserts today's date. Consult your database's documentation for the precise function names and their behavior. 4. Dealing with timestamps. If you need to store both the date and time, you'll typically use a timestamp or datetime data type. The insertion method is similar, but the format will often include the time component. For instance, 2024 10/27 10:30 OA might represent October 27th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. Again, consult your database's documentation for the correct format for timestamps. 5. Error handling. Always ensure that the date you're trying to insert is in a valid format and that it aligns with the data type of your column. Incorrectly formatted dates will often produce errors. It's a good practice to test your insert statements thoroughly before applying them to production databases. Regularly backing up your data is also crucial before making major database changes. Remember that the exact syntax might vary slightly depending on your chosen SQL database system, so refer to its specific documentation for precise details. These guidelines provide a solid foundation for inserting dates effectively in SQL.